Moving on to suspects in the Westgate terrorist attack have been found guilty 7 years after the deadly attack that resulted in the death of 67 people. The High Court found the duo Mohammed, Ahmed, Abdi and Hussein Mustaffah guilty of 4 terror-related charges. One of the suspects, Liban Abdullah Omar, was however acquitted of all charges. Sarafina Robi with the details of the ruling that ended the long wait for victims of the attack.
Wednesday morning at Milimani Law Courts in Nairobi. As early as 8 a.m., the courtroom was a beehive of activities amid heavy police presence. It had been a 7-year wait to this date. 3 suspects believed to have been behind the deadly attack in Westgate, Nairobi that left 67 dead and hundreds injured would appear before Chief Magistrate Francis Adayi for judgment. The magistrate will then proceed to deliver a guilty verdict against 2 of the suspects, while one of the suspects was acquitted of the charges.
The finding, I have considered the count of conspiracy, the submissions, the issues that were raised there, the citations, that is the authorities that were cited. I've considered counts 3, 7 and 12 giving support to a terrorist group. And
a verdict that will perhaps bring closure to the families of those who died in the deadly attack and survivors of the terror attack. The duo were found guilty of all the 12 charges leveled against them, including conspiring to commit a terrorist act, aiding a terrorist act, supporting a terror act, and being in possession of an article that supports terrorism.
In respect to count number 5 and 6 against the first accused person, being in possession of an article. So for the charge of conspiracy and giving support, I'm satisfied that the prosecution has proved these charges against the first and the fourth accused persons. I find them guilty and I convict them accordingly.
Liban Abdullah Omar was acquitted as there wasn't enough evidence linking him to the charges.
To warrant the third accused person to be called upon to offer defense on the charges of obtaining registration by false pretenses and being unlawfully present in Kenya as laid out in counts 10 and 11 respectively, and he was therefore acquitted of the charges under section 210 of the Criminal Procedure Code.
Chief Magistrate Francis Adayi directed Liban's Allen card be handed back to him. 7 years down the line, today the judgment happened on the 7th of October with the pre-sentence reports and mitigation expected on the 19th of October ahead of the sentencing. For Channel 1 News from the Milimani Law Courts here in Nairobi, I'm Sarafina Robi.